Frame by Frame. Welcome.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Ryonari, and this is the Frame by Frame podcast installment number 7. Got a full party of people with me this week, some brand new faces here with me. We have Nikaela, Dan, Tori, Tyler, and Jeremy. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hey you guys, I'm Pucca. I'm also known as Nikaela. You can call me either one. I'm a Sony Vegas animator and an artist as well. It's nice to meet you all.
Alright.
I'm Unalignment. My name is Tori, obviously, I guess. I'm MV animator, so basically Sony Vegas, learning Flash, new at Flash, so that's just it.
Alright.
I am Turned, the super mod, also known as Jeremy, because that's my real name. I am a Flash animator and a member of Theory, and yeah, damn dude.
Alright.
I'm Tyler, also known as Sonic X11212. I'm a traditional artist. I am a member of Odd Squad, a newly found faction here.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is Smile, and also known as Dan. I'm a GIF animator, used to be, and I'm now an artist now.
Alright. So, before we get down to what we're going to talk about today, how are you all?
I'm doing pretty good, Rio. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
How are you, Rio?
I'm a little shaky, just as always when we start out these podcasts, but I'm glad we're all back and up and running again. Just to cover the base of what's happened these past few weeks of the absence of the podcast is that there was trouble with, people coming in to actually be a part of the podcast. The base of like the very first one, which is a lot of the stuff that I'm going to reiterate from the thread I made earlier on Still Framed, is that it was a base of 4 people, including me, Tyler, not this Tyler, but typical technical Tyler, Bakari, and Evan, but all of which they have their own problems to tend to, in addition to like school and personal affairs. Like Tyler has a job, Bakari's like out on a trip for like freaking 2 weeks, and Evan has like major difficulties with his computer, and it's just all by myself. So I'm reaching out to the community, asking you guys if you would like to help out on a weekly basis. And this also explains why Tori, Tyler, and Jeremy are here with me, as they are part of the weekly crew to help me be part of the podcast and come up with our topics for every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay!
Are we clapping now?
Possibly.
One other thing may I ask about from you three as to why did you ask to be on the podcast as the crew member?
Well, I, for one, went on here because I like to talk a lot, and sometimes I can't really talk a lot in like certain other places because people are like, no, you need to shut up. And so I was like, oh, podcast, something that I know about. I've been in the Maple community since like 2008, so I'm like, oh, maybe I can help with something, talk about some stuff, talk even more. So I was like, yeah, much fun.
Dream come true.
I guess I kind of decided to join the podcast mostly because like I knew like you were asking for people to help, so I thought that would be cool. And another thing was like I'm kind of new to the Maple community and the animating community, but it's kind of I kind of know all the events that are going on. Like I know what they're doing as well as you do, obviously. But I don't know, just thought I could help, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of had a little free time, and you seemed like you needed help pretty bad. I thought, why not? So I just joined up to give you some hand.
Yeah.
Give you a hand wherever you get.
Yeah, and incidentally, this is actually the first time I've actually got to talk to you in speech. Because, normally we have our regular Skype conversations about, monotonous and miscellaneous sort of things. But, on with the events that are going on in Stillfront right now.
Yes.
The Trident and Poopdeck Christmas giveaway signups have officially ended as of December 9th. There's actually going to be quite a few things I'm going over, a little late on, and of course I already explained why. But yeah, signups have officially ended for the Christmas giveaway. The gifts are going on Christmas Day. There's like, those two factions literally have like, Jeremy, do you think they have a lot more than
Oh
Christmas,
god,
right?
dude. I pity them so much. They have way too many people. Like, and at least like they weren't all like, oh, I want art. Like some of them were like, okay, I want a VCam. Okay, I want like animation. Like, but I know with theories, like all we got was people like, oh, we only want art. Not a single person other than one wanted an animation. So half of us just sat back while the artist had to do everything. But I guess since these guys, like a lot of people wanted animations and art and VCams and sprites, so they got a. It's a lot easier in a sense where everyone can participate instead of just the artists.
Yeah.
So I think that they have a lot of people, but I also think that since it's more varied with what people want, it'll be easier for them.
It's I don't know, it's a bit of a funny thing. Like, they mentioned all these things that are all flash based, and then at the very, very top is like drawing of an OC only from the waist up. And it like baffles me to say that like in our Trick or Treat that like we're gonna do like both things, animation and art, and we got all art, and they got stuff that's mostly flash based, and that makes me very sad. But did any of you apply to that giveaway at all? Or
No, I did.
I couldn't have time.
I don't remember who it was that linked it to me in the chat box, but I was like, I don't really want to ask for anything, but I mean, oh well, I'll support them. So I just put in there surprise me as my gift. So, because it really doesn't matter to me what I get. I don't even like, it's not like I'm out to get something in particular. I just want to support them.
Yeah, I applied to be in it because like I was like, oh, free art, yeah, please. So and also kind of was like, well, a lot of them are pretty good artists and whatnot. So I put in waist up, and I was like, yeah, support, mini support.
I kind of wanted to join. I regret now coming in early now because this sounds really awesome.
Yeah, I didn't have a character at the time, so it was kind of like, really do anything. I have nothing to request, so.
Yeah, speaking of which, you kind of need to brush up on that a little.
Hey, I have a character now, so.
Yeah.
You do? Finally.
I wanted to apply to that as well, but as soon as I saw how many requests they had, I kind of would have felt bad because of all the work they had to do, because they have so much work on their hands right now.
Yeah, I agree in that sort of sense, but, you know, I may have mentioned this in an earlier podcast, but, like, as Flash animators, a lot of the things that they do are more simple than people actually think they are. I guess it's only because of how, like, the way they're gonna make it, and Jaws did say that, like, the quality of the gift is based on your contributions to Still Framed, which was, it was tempting for me to ask for something, because Aiden asked for a drawing of Still for Tan, which is our mascot, drawn by Alyssa, or her on the forums. And I kind of wanted to ask for the same thing because, you know, I for one wanted to see fan art of her as well. I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't see that until like after it was closed, and then I was like, damn, I should have done that. Like,
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for like requesting something from him because my contribution to Still Framed is not very much, although I do kind of lurk around and read everything. My contribution is really the best. So I was like, oh god, I feel kind of bad they're doing my stuff for like no reason.
Yeah, and considering that like none of these gifts are going to be bullshit, they're all going to be like legit gifts for people and everyone who signed
Like
up.
I've seen a lot of different gifts done in like different forms, but it didn't work out as great as it, I guess.
Yeah. So best of luck to the two factions who are working on it, and happy holidays to the both of you. Moving on with a very current event that's happening right now. The Still Framed Clash Tournament Round 1 has kicked off, and the due date is posted for December 21st, making the whole still framed Coliseum in still framed a complete ghost town because of everyone working on it.
That's so
And-
true.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, I don't think any of us in this podcast right now are involved.
Nope.
Mm-mm. I have a lot
No.
of friends who are involved.
Yeah, I do too. But let's see. Any you guys like, how to say this? Do you guys have your money on anyone?
Let me
Jaws.
check singing again.
What? Okay, I don't mean to sound the stereotypical, but my money is rather on like Jaws, because Jaws, or probably honestly Griff is the one who my other money's on. Like I split it in half and give it to both kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because Griff is a really good animator, and I feel like he really wants to do this, like win it kind of thing. So I think he might have it like. After he gets through Jaws, I feel like the rest of it, he has a chance, kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah, I haven't
rather-
really looked at the teams much. I kind of scrolled past it and I didn't really read a lot of them, but I did hear a couple of different ones. If I have to put my money on anyone, I believe Joey's in it, and as like someone said, Griffin and Jaws, I'd probably put my money on Joey and Griff.
I'll probably put on Aiden actually, because Aiden is
Oh,
a
yeah.
great animator, and he actually has beaten George in a challenge before, so I think he might have a chance of winning this.
All right. Any other thoughts between all of us?
who's
Well-
your money on, Rio?
Oh, me. Oh, wow. I never really thought about it. I mean, like, considering that Derek let like absolutely anyone in the tournament, there's like a very thin line between like all of the beginning and aspiring to those who are more
Yeah.
skill based.
I honestly feel like a lot of these fights, like, no offense, but a lot of them, like, brackets are going to be, like, really, like, one person is obviously going to dominate it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, no offense, but, like, a lot of people who aren't as skilled as, say, like, Jaws are in this, and whoever's in the bracket with that highly skilled animator is going to get massacred unless they don't put enough effort in, which has been seen before in things like these. Like, the best animator there just didn't put enough effort in and got beat by someone.
I think this is why we should put in like system where we can judge by the creativity as well, other than the quality. The quality is important and all, but I think creativity would be really good addition to like giving out points and stuff like that. Really.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
was. Wasn't
I'm honestly hoping that people won't actually BS this one, like, cause of how everyone says like, oh, I don't have enough inspiration, I didn't have enough motivation.
Man, if
It's-
you don't have enough inspiration in the first place, why did you join? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, all of a sudden I just lost all inspiration. Like, why would you just do that? That's like saying, I'm gonna take you out on a date. Wait, never mind, I'm too tired to go. Sorry, you just got all pretty for nothing. Sorry, fuck you, bye. Like,
That is a really nice comparison actually.
Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it really does matter. Like, it's not necessarily a reason as to why it didn't turn out in your favor. It's more of an excuse, because no one. Let's be real. No one's gonna care if you had enough inspiration or motivation to do it. The only thing you have to show is what you did, and if you did a crappy job, then you mostly have crappy work ethics.
I think inspiration is just an excuse to get through things lately, really. Inspiration can come with anything, really. You can just go watch an anime, or you can just watch somebody else's animation. That'll easily get you a good enough inspiration, in my opinion. But people just use that inspiration for excuse to not to animate, which is sadly
Yeah.
a lot.
Mhm.
It's basically just like I remember like when I first joined like Still Frame, it was always like, okay, a couple people would eventually say that, and I didn't think anything of it. But after a while, you start seeing like so many people that tend to not hand in completed work always use that excuse. They're like, oh, I wasn't inspired. Like, oh, I didn't.
like-
It's basically a cheap way of saying, hey, I was lazy, or hey, I just had shit to do, or something like
Oh.
that.
yeah,
I
that
really
was
think-
gonna bring me to my next point. Was like, the word inspiration can be used to cover up your laziness. Oh, I didn't have enough inspiration. Nah, you were sitting there watching anime all day, or you were sitting there just doing nothing, dicking around everywhere. Like, people just misuse the word inspiration. If you don't have enough inspiration to me is creativity. That means you don't have enough creativity to do something and think of something original, although that's not what most people have, originality, but that's what I think of inspiration as. Creativity, originality, and whatnot, not whether or not you can do this.
Well, everybody was like, I think everybody was that guy at one point though. That guy who just excuses of no inspiration and shit. Really. Even I was that guy once, because I was lazy. I was just didn't want to do it. So I was like giving that excuse. I regret it now though.
Go ahead.
I can understand like how people couldn't do it, like if they in real life it was like if they were like school wise and working wise, but if they did it based off of just because they weren't inspired or they just didn't really think about it, I just find it a little bit disrespectful because the other person put all of that work into their animation, yet the other person was lazy and it's like wasted all that effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that reminds me, because like a lot of the times whenever you do something like this, if you run out of time and you're really like pressed on time to do this, a lot of the times using the skirt adjustment and just winging it, you come up with something that's completely awesome and unimaginably good for something that you did in like a short amount of time, that you actually stand a chance. And then it actually shows your like hidden potential of like creativity, because you don't try to think about what you want to make, you just do it.
Yeah, I mean, in that sort of subject, like, well, when I'm animating, if it comes to a point where like it is that excuse where I don't have enough motivation or inspiration, I just don't put it out there. Mainly for the fact that like, this is what I did and it's all half-assed and I'm gonna show it to everyone. That's not really my way of like presenting myself to people.
I just don't want this type of thing to happen in this competition. Because
it's kind of inevitable. Like, obviously first round a couple people are obviously going to do that, but after like first round I honestly think all the people, because there's only going to be like 6 people that move on to the second round,
like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. 6 or 7 people, so that's 6 people that actually tried, probably, unless everyone in their bracket didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. But 6 people who actually tried and are actually going to put in the effort to try to finish it. So I guess first round might look a little shaky. There's probably going to be a lot of incompletes, but second round there's going to be a lot better of like competition going.
I mean, like, let's be honest. We've pretty much all been there in that exact same position. But this is when, like, when we were all starting and we didn't know much and we were all naive about it. Yeah. But like, we outgrow that sort of thing, and we have a better understanding of like, what we're doing, and sometimes, like, we still make mistakes, but we still learn from them.
Yeah.
We are better people now, so that's a good thing. We learned.
Yeah. Let's see. And with that much out of the way, we're bringing up what the theme is for the SFC round, and it is simply called Escape. And as Derek said before, it can be taken in any way possible as long as it's relatable to the subject.
Oh, that is getting me so excited to see some of like the really good animators. Like, how is Escape gonna look? I've seen one preview from a friend and I was just like, oh my gosh, you're taking this Escape thing so... I'm like, this is looking beautiful.
When I saw the theme, I had about 5 ideas just pop right into my head, and I'm like, if somebody were to come up with one of these, I would like love them forever, because it's just like such a just random thing that fits so perfectly, and it's like out of the box. It's such a perfect theme in my eyes. There's so many things you can do with it.
Well, like, would you like to share what your ideas that popped into your head about it?
That gives the competitors ideas.
Well, like, considering when we're recording now, they have about like a week to execute them.
That's true.
Yeah. So basically, like, me being an Assassin's Creed fan, I know this is an original idea, but, like, one of my favorite themes from Assassin's Creed 2 was Escape from Venice, I think that's what it was. Well, but, like, it's just, like, the thought of you just jumped off a building, mid-air, landed on a guy and assassinated him, and now you have to escape from everybody and try not to get caught and get murdered.
That was
Like-
actually one thing that I thought of when I saw that. I love
Another was like, what is it? Like Metroid. Like, in Super Metroid, I think there's times whenever like there'll be lava and it'll rise up above the screen, like through the screen, and you have to make your way through the board and try not to get caught in the lava. Like something like that thought of. Like I just thought of all these different game scenarios and all these different tiny little things.
Yeah. And like one of you said earlier, like you're really excited to see all the really good animators. I'm kind of the opposite, to be honest. Like I'm really excited to see what the newer generation, like the newer animators, have to come up with this. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's a complex-ish theme. Like you have to come up with a good idea, then you have to execute it well. And I feel like that's gonna be challenging. And I'm really excited to see what all the newer generation do over the older. Because I feel like the older, like they know what they're doing, kind of thing. So it's gonna be almost. They're right, it's going to be good, but at the same time, it's going to be kind of, you've seen it before, like their styles. But with the newer generation, they get to, experiment a lot more because they have yet to develop a style or something like that. And it'll be really interesting.
Yeah.
I really want to see something.
I'm really...
Oh.
Oh. I'm really excited to see what everyone's going to come up with, like, creative-wise. Like, I'm just looking forward to see anything creative about how they think of the word escape. Like, I can think of so many things of just the word escape, and I'm just really excited to see how the other animators will use that.
One thing that I'm hoping that, like, okay, I don't want to be a little pessimistic, but I'm just going to share this. One thing that I hope, and that we're all going to anticipate, is that I don't want to see like a uniform style of how this theme is going to be executed, because of the way of how I see it, it would generally be like, it will be a stage, it will be like, 2D form, and it would just be like an infinitely looping background with a character running away from something. That's what I think. That's like the most
so overdone.
Yeah, it would be like the most simplest way to execute the theme. And
Unless you make it into a game style. By game style, I mean you have like, per se, health bar. And in a way you're running away, but in a way you're fighting as you run away. I feel like that would make it a little bit more interesting. It'll still be overdone, but it'll have a little bit more creativity to it. Because I'm one to love games, and if it has that game style, I'm going to feel good about it.
Yeah.
Something like 8 beats.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as you present it well, in that sort of sense, like, sure, it's okay, but that's mainly up to how everyone else thinks about it.
I kind of want to see like 3D kind of style into this one as well, because just one left to the right thing is just too overly done, as you guys already mentioned. I kind of want to see like when it's just like point of view kind of stuff with escape. I think that would be a really great idea.
One thing that I really want to see is, I've only seen like a handful, and that's a very small handful of people actually deal with first-person kind of stuff. Like, I want to see something like a dude's running and he has like some kind of like Battlefield 4 low health, like black and white with like kind of blood splattered screen or something, and he's like swerving, trying to escape from something, and has to dodge behind cover, dodge bullets and stuff like that. I just want to see something that's so out there that you wouldn't normally think with MapleStory sprite animations or any other sprite animations similar to that, and just make my mind just explode with awesomeness.
But I feel that would be really hard to execute, especially with MapleStory sprites. Like, executing something like that, I mean, yeah, sure, you could execute something a little similar to that, but all of that is just kind of outside of the MapleStory box. Like, I don't know how you would execute that.
I mean, it's not essentially impossible to do.
Have you seen Denzel's animations?
Oh my goodness.
And
I
that's
guess-
much on After Effects. Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Like, it is possible, but I do agree with the fact that giving the time limit, like, it would be very hard. Like, they only have,
If I could
what,
pull it out.
2 weeks.
Yeah, they only have like 2 weeks.
And I've yet to know who is judging this whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be the admins, because I know like I haven't like any of the moderators, like the chat hasn't been asked.
Well, I'm assuming it's just gonna be Derek because Jaws and Aiden are admins and they're in the tournament.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, well, is Mally in the tournament?
Nope.
He might help. It's probably gonna be the admins that aren't judging, I feel. Or like animators. Or animators that like Derek thinks are like top tier kind of thing, like the best animators to judge. I feel like that's probably going to be a thing.
I think there should be at least 5 judges in this kind of competition. I think 3 or 2 won't be enough to give out all the opinions. For example, one guy would have like be biased around one animation. Well, because that one guy is biased, he might just vote that one, really. But I just want to see variety of opinions against different people. I think that's what I want towards this competition as well.
Although there is a possibility that they'll go with the format that it's like kind of like an SFC where people get to vote on it. Because it didn't say, I don't think it said anything on the thread about judges.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
I don't.
So
not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I don't think they did. So that could mean that they're going to be like, oh, okay, the community gets to decide who moves on, which I really don't think is good, considering, not to like trash the community or anything, but a lot of the times when you see like an animator you look up to for them no matter what, like you see Jaws, you're like, oh, Jaws, he's like my favorite animator, I'm gonna vote for him, kind of thing. Like
popularity vote?
Yeah, the popularity vote is a big factor, and I feel like if in a big tournament like this, that shouldn't be a thing, so judges might be good.
I really hate the idea of that, like voting someone because you love them. It just makes the whole thing really unfair.
Honestly, like, yeah, and honestly, like, if I knew someone voted for me because they liked me or something like that, I would feel terrible. I'd be like, why would, like, I worked so hard on this, like, vote for it because you like it, not because you like me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
True.
Alright, well, I guess that's pretty much all out of the way. Good luck to all the animators who are participating. Really good luck, because you're up against like 6 other people in your group.
Impress us. No.
I swear, there's just gonna be like a whole burst full of activity just because of all the animations gonna be put.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing like thousands.
Yeah. But I look forward to it. It's gonna be a show. It really is.
Good luck to all of you guys.
I was gonna quote the Hunger Games, but I hate that line.
Don't.
I would have totally done it.
I love it, but I hate that quote because it's so overdone.
Yeah.
Alright, and moving on with news going on in factions, one new faction has sprouted up, a little bit late on announcing it, but hell, I'm gonna talk about it here. It's called the Odd Squad, created, whose leader is Alma von Azite, I believe. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think.
And to my knowledge, you are a member of it.
Yep.
Care to tell us what came about of this faction?
Well, basically, Alma came to me one day. Her and her sister were like, yeah, we want to start a faction. We have these plans. And I'm like, I have 4 SFS points. Why not I just give you a faction license for shits and giggles? Then I ended up joining them up with them, and it was me, Alma, Aegis, I think Happy Face is planning on joining us, but he's with Soon right now. He's planning on switching over, I think. And then we got Leo.
Oh.
Leo V, not the other Leo.
Leo.
And then later on, I talked to Mentry and I got him in there too. That was like when he said he didn't have anybody in he wasn't in a faction. I was like, please form, please now. I mean, we're just like a bunch of random guys that got together and just did this. It wasn't really something like some awesome like high detailed up and high and mighty kind of. We worked really hard on this kind of thing. We did work hard on it, but it was just something we threw together and was like, hey, we're this now.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that there's like another art faction in still frame, because considering of all the other factions that sprout out, but like, oh, they're all animators. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Another thing, oh, sorry.
I really haven't seen much art factions. Like, I've never really thought that, like, oh, there's an art faction, yay, very much art, and then SFS, I don't really see a lot of those, to be honest. I see SFCs, but SFS, you know, they're kind of rare, and when they happen, it's kind of like, oh, how do I vote on these? Because they're like two different completely art styles, but they're both just, they're beautiful, but, you know, like, I think it's going to be interesting, because I want to see an art faction go to war with another art faction. I think that would be extremely just interesting, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I had organized, me and Amy both had the first art-based factions to come to Stillframe, to my knowledge. But we're kind of like, nothing's really happened with royalty in like forever, and I disbanded my faction about
ages ago.
Ages way back in the day. It's old news, and we just, I guess now this is pretty much like one of the only known art only factions that are like actually active in modern time now.
I don't mean to like be a party pooper, but it says they're a hybrid faction.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did switch hybrid. We're predominantly art, but
also
we accept our animators.
Is this like, I'm pretty sure this is the first alliance like within because you guys are alliance with the Cow or Kings of War or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are alliance with them, so I'm pretty sure like there's only 2 alliances that are currently going on. So
no, there's 3. Trident, Poopdeck.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that. I thought they were warring though.
No.
Oh, no. Who's warring is, I believe, KOW and Poopdeck.
And then there's also
They're warring each
Trident.
other when they're alliance.
There's also Trident versus Soon. Still not up.
Oh no, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Still not up yet.
It'll be soon. It will soon be up.
Get out.
I see what you did there.
Oh,
Stop.
God. Why?
Make so many
Why
jokes
the
like that in our
pun?
chat.
Christ.
Why?
But
I do see few good artists in this faction though, so I might actually want to see them going against other factions in our artist battle. Really?
Yeah, like overall,
Will you-
the faction seems pretty solid.
Yeah, it is. Actually
I like
solid.
it.
We might
Like
have
the-
something planned soon.
The members are pretty strong. Like, there's none of them there that I'm like, oh wow, that's strange. But like, a lot of them are really good. Like, all of them pretty much are like really good artists, and the animators that they have are really good. Like, I know when I saw Happy Face's fireworks animations, like that blew my. I was like, wow, I wish I could do that with fireworks. And then, like, and I know Leo V is like drawn animation, and he was really good at that. Like, he
both of
God,
those
Leo
artists
V's art.
actually
Oh
are
my god.
God.
Everywhere. Oh my god.
I am,
so good.
to be honest, I am very envious of Leo V's art. I am very envious.
I know, like, oh my god, that art.
You and
Whenever I
It's a
try to
fan
do like
list.
American comic style, I always end up with manga, and I just end up scratching my paper into the bin because it's not what I want.
When I try to draw, when I try to draw, I look at someone's art and I'm like, damn, I want to be like that. So I go to the paper and I'm like, I'm drawing, and then after like 40 minutes, I show it to someone and they're like, what the hell is that? What is it supposed to be? And I'm like, oh.
I know, it's like you draw something and while you're drawing it, you're just so proud, and then when you finish it, you're like, what the fuck did I just draw?
I know that pain.
It's just like one of those moments where like you're just drawing on a piece of paper, just like doodling or whatever, and then it gradually comes to the point where you press harder on the piece of paper until you start ripping it, because it's like it's not supposed to turn out like this.
But I hate to be that guy, but I'm the guy who always goes, what the fuck is that on a drawing? And they always just either slap me or something. They always like cry, and it's really saddening. to see people
No
just...
CNC. Just, this is terrible. Just stop.
And I don't even mean it as well. That's the worst part. I don't even mean it, and they're like, no.
It's like, I already know it's bad. You don't have to tell me.
Please no. Please.
That's why I don't share my bad work. I just like keep it in a locked portion of my room that never sees the light of day ever again. Or I burn it.
Burn it.
Yeah, like with art, like I'm not a very good artist myself. Like I'm pretty much just stuck on chibi. I can't get out of it. I'm stuck forever. I'm trapped. But when it comes to other people's art, me knowing a lot about the human body, like I know what looks wrong, and like even if I can't draw it myself, I help a lot of other people see their art by just helping them with like the way the body looks, because I look at a lot of naked bodies, no lie. I know when something looks just off, and so like a lot of people appreciate that I can help them with all that.
Yeah, like I'm kind of the similar way where I can't draw, but I can help others. Like I know when it looks bad, kind of, or like wrong or something.
Oh, I know that feeling where you're just like, I know how to do this. It's just my hand does not do what my mind does.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. I absolutely hate it. You just want to draw one thing and you just end up drawing the other, and you just want to kill yourself after that.
But
Like,
oh, go ahead.
like you're trying to explain something, but you can't really explain it. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, because oh my god, especially when you can't draw, you're just like, I really want to help you with this, I can't even draw myself, so I'm gonna look like a complete asshole trying to help you, and you're gonna be like, bitch, you can't even draw, so I don't know what you're trying to see me for.
Well, people should learn to like accept like normal people's opinion, even though they're not the artist. I think people should learn to accept them, because generally you're showing off to the audience. They are the main audience to that drawing, so I think that people not taking those advice, I think that's a bad thing to do.
I kind of wish people would actually see more and not just see with the negative C here. Because like I've seen a lot of people like bash on drawings or animations and have like no like, you did this good though, and I'm just like, they didn't just suck. I mean, they had good parts in their drawing or animation. I mean, you could at least, you know, swallow your pride and admit that they did something good here.
Yeah.
Talking about criticism, I think like I used to be that guy who only pointed out the negative things, but what I learned to do is that to point out the good stuff later on. I think that personally made myself look better, and others who receive those criticism feel a lot better as well, because they both got the negatives and the positives. I think that's a good way to give out criticism, not just negative thoughts.
Yeah, just like every time I post on like an SFC to like tell them what I thought of it, I always make sure at the end I say like, great SFC, like great SFS, like you guys did good, you handed something in, you did above average, like good job kind of thing, because I don't want them to feel like I'm just kind of trying to make them feel like crap.
Yeah.
I'm always worried that people are just gonna like I'm worried that something I say is gonna like hit the wrong nerve, and then I have to quickly adjust it somehow to like say, but no, you did really good. I'm not saying that you're absolutely horrible here. You're a really good person.
But all things considering, for Odd Squad, is there anything that Odd Squad has for the future in this
Almost really unpredictable, I'll say that, but we do have some things planned that y'all are probably gonna have to pay attention to. Not really available to tell you when that's gonna happen, but it'll happen soon.
Soon.
You can pun that as much as you want.
Oh, trust me, they themselves have already been throwing it out there left and right.
I know, like, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but like, why did like they spam it so much on their own faction page? It's so funny. Like every time I go to
the horse, guys.
Every time I go to their faction page, I'm like, so many buttons. Like, oh god.
Oh.
Like first it was not that great when it first came out, but now it's just looking. It is improving. I have to say, it is improving. The pages looks better than what it first came out as. So I'm kind of ready to see more work from them now.
You know, that's one thing I gotta ask. Okay, I'm gonna ask, like, to anyone who's in Soon, I'm gonna ask you this. Does Soon, like, does the name have any meaning behind it? Does it stand for something? Like, why? It's just, like, it strikes me, like, a bit strange to name something Soon. It's just, like, oh, well, go ahead.
I kind of like, I thought, like, my personal, like, not, like, I kind of understood it as, like, a lot of them, originally, they had something on their page about, like, like, the new people of the forum will rise or something like that.
Mhm.
So I kind of assumed it would be, like, soon they will take over or something like that. Like,
Yeah, that's
soon
what I thought too.
they'll come to power or something, like, soon they'll be the best or something like that.
That's
It's
how.
kind of,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh, sorry, no, you continue. Like,
I was just gonna say that's how I understood it, is like they're soon, like from what I read, it was like soon we will improve and keep improving and get better and better, if you know what I mean.
So soon,
Yeah.
and not now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sooner or later.
But there.
But yeah, let's see, moving on to what's gonna come up really soon, hopefully I get to upload this before it actually happens, is the Still Framed is holding a charity live stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. A little bit of, like, reiterating here, just to, you know, just for anyone who hasn't has little knowledge of it or has yet to see it. Pretty much it's the staff is going to hold a charity live stream, like, just artists doing all these doodles and quick doodles for people who watch or donate, and with little, like, short intervals of, like, you know, just conversation and talking about games and interacting with the people who are watching the live stream, all that stuff. And it'll be going on for 6 hours starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the 15th, I believe. Yes. And,
Yeah, I wanted to. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
Yeah. But
Me and Rio, dude, we're gonna be there.
yeah, I'm gonna be there. Jeremy's gonna be there. Are you gonna be there for the whole 6 hours?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for the whole 6 hours.
It's just a little something like odd for me to do, just like do something constantly for 6 hours. I know something that's asinine as, like, playing video games would be easier, but, like, something like this, it's just new to me. I actually have never done any sort of thing, like, I'm not a selfish person, but I've never really participated in, like, charitable work or volunteer sort of work. So this is, like, the first time I'm actually doing it, and, you know, I still have like my iffy thoughts about it, but, you know, I'm still happy that I'm actually going to do it anyway.
It kind of saddens me that it's like I can't attend to it because of the timeline from where I live. It's kind of depressing to just miss every single fun.
Yeah.
Like, for those who can join, please do. Just
Yeah.
for my sake, who can't.
Is anyone else here joining, or
I'm
watch?
I won't be able to watch because I'll be actually at a friend's house starting from, like, tomorrow to Sunday, because, you know. But I do plan on donating tomorrow early in the morning, about $15 before I leave, even though you're not really supposed to. I don't really have time to do it on Sunday during the stream because I won't be home. I'll just donate before, and then, you know, I'll have my friends tell me how the live stream is going and stuff while I'm gone.
Very nice of you.
I won't be able to view the live stream right away because I'm going to be working, but I'll definitely view in as soon as I get back from work and I can see what everyone's doing, and hopefully you guys can be very, very successful in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there, but I'm working on my parking space. Like, every weekend I can that isn't below freezing temperatures, I've been trying to spend time out there. But between times when there's, like, 12-degree weather, oddly enough in Texas we get that somehow, and then the next weekend it's raining. I've been trying my hardest to get out there and work on it, but I haven't got much done on it.
But yeah, like, to all of you who are listening and who unfortunately cannot make it to the live stream, you know, it wouldn't hurt to just, you know, tell everyone about it, like, give some insight about what's happening, let them attend, and, as any other charity, we want as much people as possible to come and view our event and, donate and all that good stuff. To any of you who are unaware of the artists who are participating and who are going to give out all the doodles to our viewers, I'll be saying their names on they are in the forum. It is Her, Core, 2K, Gabby, and Leo V.
Oh my god, I hope my name I hope my name gets called for the raffle when he's drawing. I'm gonna be like, holy shit, I get drawing from him.
Alright, I really, really, really have to write out the fan list here so that every time Leo's name gets called, there's like this choir of fangirl squeals.
Hey, I'll squeal too. I mean, like, his art's pretty cute, dude. Like, so strong.
No, you fit under that category, don't worry.
Oh,
They are amazing.
COV, if you're listening to this, we all love your art.
Like, as an artist myself, I love his work.
I have to show on this podcast now.
All right, but let's see. I'm gonna give a little more info about the charity event, just because the charity is called Action Against Hunger. It's essentially a charity that helps those in need of food and those who are affected by the typhoon and other disasters, like most recently in the Philippines. And the percentage of where the funds are going to go to is that 85% will go to the charity, 10% will go to still frame giveaways. I'm assuming it's all going to be events and stuff and that sort of thing. And then 5% will go to the site's development so that it can, flourish further. But yeah, there's going to be like a ton of people who are going to be hosting it and be involved. I just hope that everyone can at least be there to see it. Hopefully it'll turn out well, and I look forward to do it, and I look forward.
Just go and donate. Just go and donate.
Every little bit counts.
And remember, like, even if you can't go, like, just share it on Facebook. Like, if you have Facebook, like, or share it, like, tell your friends about it. You're like, oh man, like, I know a bunch of these cool artists, and they're gonna go and like do a stream with some cool guys and stuff. Like, it's gonna be so fun. You should watch it. Stuff like that, because even just getting the word out is really helpful. Because I know, like, there's a lot of advertisement going on now, but just even like that one extra person, it makes a difference, right?
Yeah, like, even if your friends, like, from school and stuff, know nothing about this Maple community, you don't really want them to or whatever, just share it on there and be like, hey, I found this random live stream and these people are like raising money by drawing and stuff. They're raising money for these hungry kids and whatnot. You should probably go check it out. Like, it seems really cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, would be really good. So yeah, it will be, as a reminder, it will be happening this Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a bit of a, pardon my French here, but it's going to be a bit of a bitch for me because I kind of want to stay there for the full 6 hours. I have to be there 8 in the morning, and considering that I don't have school yet, my sleep schedule is sort of effed right now because of a subject that we will get to later. But yeah, we'll be coming shortly. Tell everyone, donate, all that good stuff. And moving on to what we have, our weekly stuff is this week's shoutouts. To those of you who have unique pieces and deserve much more love than they've already gotten. And to begin with, we'll start with animation, and this shoutout goes to CC Shinobi's Soldiers of Scania trailer.
I have to say this. CC Shinobi was like one of the first Maple animator I ever seen in my life, and his voice acting was amazing back in the day as well. As
to those of you who have yet to see the trailer, it is essentially a bit of a story that he's been forging, according to him, for the past 3 years.
Oh yeah, he had an old trailer up from like 2011. I actually just watched it because I was like, oh, I haven't watched this yet, and so I looked at that one and I was like, wait, this is what? And so I looked at the date and it's from 2011. There was another one from just recently, and I was like, the improvement from that to this is just amazing, and the way that it just looks amazing. Like, I can't wait for it to come out. It looks like it's gonna just be awesome.
Let's just admit, his first animation wasn't as great as his latest. His first animation wasn't great at the time, but his voice acting was what it made it unique and made it really good. But now with his new animation skill, I think he's gonna be really big success, and I can't wait to see the work he's gonna produce from this series he's gonna make.
But yeah.
I'm very interested in the storyline that he's going to be coming up with for this series.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen much about it, but I saw what I saw in the trailer. I'm pretty interested in it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, according from the trailer, it seems to be very connected with the actual Maple world from the game. Like, out of most of the series that I've watched that are all Maple animated, it's interesting to see that, you know, the very few who are actually connected to the game. So I look forward to seeing, hopefully this aspiring animator will go through with it, and you know, he definitely does have my support for it.
I think everyone is supporting his work.
And moving on to our shout out towards the art section, we have Leviathan's Warrior Princess Peace.
Oh my god.
I loved it.
Any comments?
It looks amazing.
Oh.
Like, only negative thing I see is the size of the chest, but
Oh yeah, the breast. I was looking at that.
But everything else is amazing. The shading's amazing. The proportion, except for the chest, proportion for the face is amazing. I think like it's genuinely worked out really well with the background and the actual design of the character.
Yeah. The artist did a really good job with the colors. It's very nice to see that there's more appeal with, I guess you could say realism, if that makes sense. I don't know, I don't have artist intuition, but yeah. Any other thoughts?
Eyes. Oh, you go ahead.
I absolutely love the shading in it. I just can't get over how great it looks, the shading in it.
Alright.
It's beautiful.
Alright, so with that out of the way, you know, congratulations to the two of you. Keep it up with all the good work, and you know, next week we'll come out with another shout out to with two other lucky participants. You know, although we don't know who they are, we will find you. Don't take that badly.
We will find you, and we will feature you.
And we will kill you.
Oh, okay.
Kill you with...
Feature you and then kill you. Much fun. Very much fun. Much
Wow.
We'll kill you and then we'll feature that. No.
DRB hiding.
Alright, moving on to a more unrelated subject. This is something I would like to ask all of you. Like, you know, any of you can go at once. But do any of you have any future projects incoming that you would like to present to the community?
Like what? Like just like a random piece that we're making, or is it just kind of like a big project?
Like, it could be something small, it could be something big that you're working with, you know, like, you can share it.
Okay, well, I'm just kind of trying to unrust animation-wise, because my computer was dead for so long and I couldn't animate for so long. I'm trying to get back into it, but yeah, I'm just working on this, my first like actual like long-ish fight animation in a long time. So that should be coming out in like after Christmas or before Christmas, around there.
Oh, all right.
I'm kind of learning flat, like, cause I have this competitive side of me, and I have this so-called what are they called? You know, like they go against you. You know,
Rival.
Yeah, rival. Okay, so I have this rival from my oldish, like kind of newish, oldish teacher, and then I have another friend that I'm a little bit of enemies with, but we're still kind of friends, and they both surpassed me. So I sit here and I'm like, all right, it's time to step up my game. During after my finals, I'm going to just animate. Like, I'm going to open up Flash and I'm just going to look at it for probably 30 minutes and then start animating. I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm going to surpass you in everything. And I'm going to SFC you and then lose, but then I'll be really happy because I just surpassed you anyways in my eyes.
Well, that's some damn good spirit right there.
I've got 2 projects I've got planned. One of them I'm not going to tell you anything about because it's a super duper secret because I'm not an animator and I actually want to get into that. And
Spooky secret?
It's too spooky for you, sorry.
Oh wait, I think you told me about this, yeah?
Yeah, it was the one I was talking to you about.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everyone who's listening, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's super. You can't. We can't spoil anything for you, and we're like really ruining it if we did. But the other thing I'm working on is someone asked me to design their teacher as give them a Skyrim theme more or less. So I'm gonna design them in like different parts of the different quests, from the basic generic Dragonborn like Iron Helmet kind of thing to Dark Brotherhood armor and Thieves Guild armor and all this like awesome stuff in one big picture.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna be working on one project. Like I'm still trying to think of ideas for it. My sub count on YouTube recently got to 400.
Yay!
So yeah,
I'd
yeah.
clap.
It was unexpected too because like I haven't made a video in a month, so that was really unexpected. But I'm trying to create a sub special for that since it was so unexpected.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, finally. It's not much of a big project, but I'm planning to, because I finally got a 3-week off from my uni. I'm planning to draw out. I already started on my first one. I was planning to draw out all my OCs into actual all-colored, trying to be professionally done. Minor to.
Oh, I think we've experiencing a little. Something's up with Dan for a moment. I think we're gonna move on. Oh, wait, there we go.
Rip the internet.
I hate my internet so much right now.
It's all right. Go on.
No, I'm fine. We can move on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's not something big.
Okay. Well, I guess I haven't said what I'm gonna do yet. Some of you know, some of you don't, so I'm just gonna say it anyway. Recently, like, a lot of the members from Theory, or just not necessarily a lot, but like just a few, who wanted to forge some sort of lore that revolves around the members of Theory and how it came together. And you know, we discussed, like, we all wrote our own personal bios that led up to all of us meeting together. And I recently rewrote my bio, and I've taken consideration of actually animating it instead of just posting a wall of text in a post in some random thread that probably no one's ever going to look at. So I've actually done some decent work on it. Most of it's like, sure, it's all mostly going to be dialogue based, but I have done like a good amount of work on it. I have like over 100 seconds done. But
Nice.
Considering that it's dialogue, it ain't that much. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. There was some delays, and hopefully I can actually get that through after December, because college is right around the corner for me, and it's too spooky.
Oh, too spooky college, man. No one likes college. Ugh.
I just got off a term of college. Yes.
I just passed the high school.
All right.
My face when I'm still a freshman. What?
All right. Let's see. There was one thing I want to talk about, something that was pretty big that, like, you know, may affect all of us in the future, maybe in the near future. And I'm sure that all of you are aware of the online store known as Amazon.com, yeah?
Yes.
Oh yeah, all of my cosplay.
Oh, I
wigs.
know what you're talking about now.
I
Okay.
love this.
All right, so
I actually don't like this.
okay, so here, let's settle down now. Settle down. Okay, Amazon has a special service called Amazon Prime, which is just pretty much like, you know, get your packages in like 2 days. You know, don't put up with all the BS shipping and all the dollar amounts and all that. And recently, their research and development labs had shared a little project that they're doing called Amazon Prime Air. And what it is, to those of you who don't know, is that a project where to those who are subscribed to the service of Amazon Prime, they have an option to receive packages that are like very small packages, like like 5 pounds or less, to be delivered straight to your house in less than 30 minutes.
Wait, whoa. I have not heard about this until today. They did what?
Here, now let me explain. It gets better. This works, like, I'm assuming they have, like, a whole bunch of, like, bases of where to, like, plant all of these, but, they would send out, an unmanned drone that would fly through, whatever, like, throughout the country. At least I think so. Through, like, all over the roads, all over the urban sort of thing, and come straight to your house, drop off the package, and leave. And there you go.
But wait a minute, I'm sorry, but wouldn't that be a bad idea? What if, like, someone's really just cheap or hillbilly and they shoot it in the air and they take your package?
Now,
yeah, that's my worry about.
Now here is where the conflict shows, like, all the, like, everyone poking holes at this idea, like, oh, this is gonna flop. People are just gonna screw around with this as they fly around. In America, like, I'm assuming this is going to be mainly America-based because, like, in different countries this may not apply.
I bet it's not gonna work in Britain. It
Because-
always rains there.
Yeah, because, like, this sort of project actually deals a little bit, no, not necessarily a little bit, but, like, a lot with how the government works. A department known as the Federal Aviation Administration, which is just, like, people who deal with aircrafts that go around the country. They're teaming up with Amazon to, like, create a sort of, like, interstate map that's designed especially for these drones. So it's like, you're not going to see them, like, while you're driving. They're not going to follow the same path as, like, how cars would, but more as more special path, as, like, to where it would do, like, the least harm. There's not a lot of information that revolves around that. Like, it was pretty much a teaser when they all showed that, but they did say that it would most likely come around, I think, either 2014 or 2015. But
That's still a long time, though.
But
That's still like 10 years.
But considering that, like, when that thing's released, like, if you're in America, it's likely that you might see, like, a fleet of those things just, like, flying by, like,
Real
the
shit,
Valkyries.
though.
outside.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Like,
I wouldn't want to see
Like, can you imagine, like, in probably, like, the next decade or so, like, that sort of thing happening, like, being in a common everyday thing, like, just going to work and, like, occasionally, or more than occasionally, in the sky you would see, like, a fleet of drones just, like, delivering stuff.
That would scare me because I have a really big fear of, like, legit fucking robots just taking over the world because, like, technology gets so high-tech, and it's, like, weird as this sounds, I feel like if you get drones flying around the place, I'm gonna be freaked out. Like, if I wake up in the morning and I see a drone in the front of my house dropping off a package that I ordered from, like, eBay or from Amazon because, like, I ordered a lot of wigs for cosplay, I'm gonna be scared. Like, I'm not gonna be happy that it just got here in, like, less than, like, a week. I'm gonna be really, really freaked out, and I'm probably gonna kick the drone because go back inside.
Like, I just want to have them fly with, like, speakers on their back, carrying more of them, like, playing Flight of the Valkyries as loud as they possibly can, and then just, like, dropping more and more of them, like, further into, it's like, just like some kind of robot invasion.
And
See how many people get scared.
It's like a bunch of blue sinners in the sky, and no one needs that.
in before, like, people, like, camp out in their backyards and, like, wait till they come down and then just, like, steal it for their own personal use.
Real
I
shit.
want to know what'll happen
I don't
if you
think that's
order
gonna
one of
happen.
those drones.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to order a drone. I want to see the drone carrying the drone.
Yes.
But yeah, there was also some likeliness revolving that, like, other companies other than Amazon might trend onto this idea as well. I mean, of course, it's not something that's patented, like, oh, don't steal this idea, we're gonna sue you. Like, I'm sure it's more of a pretty open concept where, like, all companies sort of use. So there might be other drones other than Amazon, but, like, just to see, like, just knowing that that sort of thing might happen in the near future is just, to me personally, is astounding because I personally love science and inventions and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
that is a pretty big step for, like, all of us in the world. Like, if it does happen, it could happen all around the world, and, you never know. Like, maybe you could send something from like California all the way to just somewhere in Japan, and it could be there in less than maybe 4 hours, and like it's astounding, you know, for just technology to go that far.
But yeah, let's see. Like this, the information they give was, I believe, specifically only for America, possibly Canada. Anywhere else, like, it's a different country, and they obviously have different laws. So they would have to, like, you know, go over through the whole process again of how, you know, that's going to work in this country, how it's going to work in that country, because Amazon.com is an international shop, I believe. But, you know...
I think
Yeah, it
if
is,
this
because
happens
like...
in-
Sorry, go on.
I think if this happens in like countries like China or like Korea, maybe they'll probably shoot it down whenever they see it. Like just because of the threat of other countries invading and stuff, they'll mistake it as a threat and they just shoot it down. And
Yeah.
probably they're gonna lose a lot of money
Yeah.
just because they try to do something different in different countries.
Yeah, like since Amazon is definitely an international shopping site, because I have gotten wigs from like all the way in like Japan and stuff. It's like it is kind of different. Like I feel like a way they could implement that is once it reaches the borderline of like that country, it gets checked for like bombs or whatever, and then it gets sent back, and it will probably have to constantly keep doing that to make sure, but still it would get there faster than it would by a ship. But it could also ruin a couple lives of people who live off of shipping things, you know, back and forth from country to country or state to state, you know, stuff like that.
Well, like,
So-
like, I only have one counter argument to go against that, is that this service only applies to people who, I'm assuming, who are applied to, who are subscribed to Amazon Prime, which is like a service that's like costs like, I think, $80 or $70 a year, and that's just to have like quicker shipping and no limits. And I think they also have like a library of movies and music that they had and books.
Oh, and also, you get to see a flying fucking drone deliver your stuff.
I'd be scared if I saw that in front of my house. You got a drone delivering your stuff, I'm about to call the CIA or something, because I'm about to freak out and be like, they got some weird science shit going on in that house. Like, I don't want to die from some radioactive bomb, please. Nope.
Well, like, you know, I'm sure like not everyone and their grandmother is subscribed to Amazon Prime. So
If they do that, I will so subscribe. Just to have a drone deliver my stuff, that'd be amazing.
But yeah, like, I guess that's pretty much it for what Amazon Prime Air has to offer. Like, I'm pretty excited to see what else they just like release about it. It's just, I don't know, it's just something fun to see. Like, not in a sense as business wise, but like something that's more conventional.
Free stuff.
But yeah. Alright, so I guess we're gonna wind down a little bit, just gonna do a bit of casual talk, just like, you know, just to, you know, finish this all off. I just want to ask, like, in our spare time, what's everyone playing right now in video games?
Oh god, I recently got...
Because I know that, like, a fair amount of things have been released and have been updated, so I'm curious to see what you guys have been up to.
Well, personally, the two games I've been playing the most are League, obviously, and Pokemon, like the new Pokemon one, like Y and X.
I recently got Pokemon X, and I can't understand the Rumisi shop. Why? Why is that? Every time you go in there, they're like, oh, you're not stylish enough. Get off.
I know how to fix that problem.
Yeah, but
no, eventually you figure it out. You just that every time, even after you restore the energy for them, they go out. Every time you save the world, they say, oh no, you're not stylish enough.
You don't have enough
Even
spike in our
after
store.
Even after you defeat the champion, they're like, nope, you're not stylish.
You have no.
You
You may have my
champion.
badge, but you cannot have my swig.
Oh god.
But- The big thing, like, I know today, with Pokemon Y and X, they released a new patch that, they made it so you can't duplicate your Pokemon on the GTS anymore.
No.
Yeah, they did. So basically, like, their glitch was, like, you could put your Pokemon into the GTS and then take out your SD card and put it into your computer, and then, like, type in some codes and stuff, and then put it back in, and you'd still have that Pokemon, but then you'd go to the GTS and get it back from the GTS.
Oh, so
which is the
cloning?
trading. You'd be cloning your own Pokemon, basically.
Mhm.
And that's why when you went into GTS, you'd see so many people like, I'll give you this Bidoof for Arceus and stuff like that. It's because they were cloning. And another thing is the League updated today, because League. But they didn't really change much. The only new thing that they really added, they added some new trinkets, and they made the new champion available to play, which is Yasuo.
Yes,
Or whatever his name. Yasu. Who's apparently ridiculously good right now.
Oh yeah, I just recently got into League. Oh yay, girl, League gamer, yeah! Oh, 2014 president.
Fanboys, they'll come to you. No.
Oh yeah, man. But I recently got into League gaming, and like I'm just starting to play PvP, because at first I played bots because I was scared of PvP, but I actually find League really fun. I'm not super into it yet to where I really care about all the champions and everything, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, League is so fun, why didn't I play this sooner? Much scare, very much fun, and all that kind of stuff.
One thing I'm really against, I do love League of Legends, playing League of Legends. I am the player as well, but one thing I hate is that those douchebags. I mean, there's at least one guy. This one freaking guy that goes, nope, you're terrible, you should kill yourself. And
Oh my god.
this one guy ruins the whole experience of gaming. This
Yeah.
one guy just doesn't want to cooperate. This one guy just doesn't want to play, and he ruins the whole game. Even the winning team. The winning team, they just don't want to play. They ruin the whole game. They waste about 15 minutes of everybody's life. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I know.
2 feet in the wrong direction. You suck. Remove the game and kill yourself, please.
Basically. That's like, every time you go into ranked, like, you're like, the thing in ranked, like, for those of you who don't know what League is, like, yeah, that's League, but, ranked is like, it goes pick order, like, so whoever logged in, like, whoever was lucky enough to get first pick gets first pick. They get whatever they want, they get whatever lane they want, that's how it goes. But a lot of the times you'll get, like, first pick picks, say, like, mid lane. Like, last pick will then, like, they get to get whatever is left, basically. Like, say, no, it's usually support, but, so last pick, they'll just randomly pick mid, and they'll be like, oh, sorry, I'm the best mid laner in the world, I'm, like, 2 million elo, and I never lost a game. Like, they'll say the shit like that, and it's just so annoying. And then they feed. They suck and they lose, and you lose your rank.
And they blame the jungler.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's always really annoying, because it's like, play the game how it's supposed to be played. Don't just be like, oh, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it, and not listen to any of my teammates. It's going to be, it's really annoying when it comes to stuff like that. But the overall
is-
game's still fun.
It is a fun game, but your team has to be as having fun as you.
Yeah, they have to be decent human beings.
So none of them.
Most of the community does not fit that description.
Much,
I've heard
much
Dodo's
sadness.
better.
So before this drags on into like a league debate, anything else? Is anyone playing right now? I'll
Maple
say-
Story Red update.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that. I was excited. I actually got back into playing MapleStory for a couple days, but I'm just gonna have to hold back a little bit just because of some. But like, my main character is a 185 hero, and the update before Red, like, they lowered my damage so much that I was just disappointed in myself and feel like I wasted my money, like, putting all these upgrades and all this BS on my character, and then, like, with Red coming around,
Mm-hmm.
it makes me cry tears of joy that, like, I can normally hit 500k every hit.
Oh my god, it's so OP.
I know exactly how you feel because like I felt iffy before the red update because I had a Mercedes that was level 88 and I felt like they totally screwed her over for that, like just before the red update. But like afterwards, like I just decided to start a new character. I'm a magician now, but I'm really enjoying it now.
Paladin for life. I started a new character just for the fun. Like I just wanted to experience it all over again and see what changed and see how my skills would be different from 1, 2, 3, and 4. It was surprisingly awesome when I found out that I had my 3rd job skills at 2nd job.
Yeah, like they simplified a lot of the stuff and like morphed some of the skills together. One of the things that I did not like is that warriors now have a flash jump, which is ugly
Dude,
to me.
We
Wait,
are
what?
OP.
That's ugly.
No,
No.
it's not ugly.
You
Warriors
shush, we're
have,
awesome.
Like, no,
No.
other type of transportation.
No,
They're like so slow.
They were like so
Slipstream
hard.
was the shit. Are you kidding me? Like
Uh-uh.
just doing like freaking long jump over the map is amazing. The fact that, and they said it before, like warriors are like the cons of being a warrior is low mobility. They just threw it out the window with red.
Everybody
Why?
can do it though now. Literally everybody has that flash jump. It's a basic like explorer thing that everyone will have in all their job trees.
BRB
Like-
grabbing a whole bunch of spare alt keys from my keyboard.
I need to get the Black Widow ultimate now.
Flash jump has just become the basic way of getting around if you do not have a mount, because really, since Maple Story is so big, like there's so many different maps and stuff, it's hard to get around if you walk so slow. I know that I hated being under level 30 because you are just
God.
so limited to your mobility because you're just so slow, and it's like you don't have no money to like use taxis or you can't buy a bunch of return scrolls. So a basic flash jump is just really helpful. If you don't have that for like your character, you don't have something to speed up your character, you are just having the worst time playing. I swear to God, I have never had fun playing Maple Story when my character is just like the slowest snail of the snails.
The highest I ever got like an
slower than the
ultimate
mobs, then ugh.
Do you even snail?
But warriors are supposed to be like tanky DPS. Like they're supposed to be
Yeah.
like in the front of the line, but they're low in mobility. That's why they have to build in themselves tanky. But now because they have this high mobility move, it just
They're everything.
they're like they do a high amount of damage now.
Like I'm happy that they did buff a lot of the characters that were like getting a little behind, but how do I put this? It's pretty much like essentially the game is what's your favorite weapon, and then that's what you do. All the other skills are just pretty much uniform in that case.
Seriously, they've made the warrior job so OP. I am literally a tank. I can walk through 40 monsters and only get hit by one because my block is so high. And then that one that actually hits me only does like a 20th of the full damage because my defense is so high. It's just like, oh, you scratched me. Ow.
It's like the assassin tank. It just
Oh my
doesn't
god.
work.
And then I have
You
like,
just-
I'm... what level am I? I'm like 91 right now because I just like was like trying to get a little bit higher.
Mhm.
And my highest crit that I got was about 25k. And like I deal like 50k on regular, and it was just so amazing just how you could like take like one damage from bosses and then just like tear them a new one in a matter of seconds.
And you're talking to a hero here, dealing with bosses. Jesus
All that-
Christ. Enrage. Oh my god.
Oh.
All that
The old
free
days was
stuff,
horrible.
though.
Yeah, they
Yes, I have 3 mil already.
When they were giving out those surprise boxes, cash out surprise boxes, it gave me SOSAC, and I got like a mil. It wasn't much for like what was in it, considering it's supposed to give out a lot more, but I'm just happy that I got money for a change, because like I didn't have much before to begin with because of all the equipment that I have now. But yeah, let's see. Well, me personally, I'm playing a game that recently came out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the people can get to where I'm getting at, is Starbound.
Oh, I've seen that. I want to play it so bad.
I've literally been playing the shit out of it for the last 3 days, and
You have like over 20 hours on it. I can't believe you played like 6 hours a day on that game.
maybe
Well,
more.
how do you do that?
As a college
I
student.
get bored of games easily, but you just play straight 6 hours.
Like-
What is wrong with you?
Like, I'll say this, like, it's been a while since I've been, like, super into a game. Like, and just, like, playing this, it was almost a bad habit because, how to say it? I'm actually at the pretty far end where the beta is, like, because the beta is limited, and I've pretty much done all that you could do within the beta. Like, get the best gear, get the farthest that you can go in, like, in the universe. But, like, it became a bad habit where I would literally lose track of time, and it would, like, one night it would be like up to 2 in the morning, second night 4 in the morning, third night 6 in the morning, and then, you know, I would, like, fucking sleep for 4 or 5 hours and then wake up at noon. It's like, time to start up my day. Let's go on Starbound.
No, no, I can't do that. I even can't do that with League. Like, I love playing League, but I can't play for.
But I don't know. I am so in love with Starbound right now. To be honest, they've been updating it pretty frequently. Like, every couple of days or so, they come out. Like, they fix a bunch of things, they add a bunch of things, and to me, it really shows a bright future for the game, because I don't see it as like those games that would be like in beta or in alpha forever and ever.
Minecraft.
Until like 7 years later.
Excuse me?
The only reason
Cute
I didn't really buy Starbound is because like how similar how similar it was to Terraria. Like, it is by the same guy, isn't it? If I recall correctly.
I believe it was made by one of them. He made this game just for the sake that he didn't like the direction where Terraria was going, because like I own Terraria and I have played it, and like, to me, I feel so lost when I play that game. Because they don't give you an objective. It's like I mean, like, neither does Minecraft, but you get a better understanding of it anyway. But with Terraria, it's just like, I don't know what to do. And then, like, at that point, you like make your own objectives, like, let's go find this thing, and eventually it ends up you getting killed and, you know, losing your stuff. But with Starbound,
I guess that's the fun of Terraria, actually.
yeah,
That's the fun of like having you get to make your own story onto Terraria. but it was too similar. It's not similar monsters, but it kinda has like similar objective, I guess. Like similar understanding, similar for gather.
like, I don't know. I honestly feel very lost whenever I play Terraria. It's just, and plus you feel so limited, considering that you can't swim up, and then you just drown yourself because, you know. But like,
Yeah.
but Starbound just makes everything so much better. I love it. And to any of you who do get the game, you know, my Steam name is just Ryonari.
Ryonari.
In people
Spam him.
dividing you.
I only fed like one person like some really OPS gear. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again, because I just want people to, you know, experience the game for what it is. And to pretty much, I don't mind starting up a new character, because like, it is fun.
Everything.
It is fun when you play with people, because like, in the earlier stages of the beta, it was more exclusively hard even with friends, and like, there was no like legitimate strategy. It was either like you camp at a specific spot, you know, just wail on them, or just use your wits and, you know, do whatever you can to get through it. And that's what I really love
Yeah.
this game in particular.
Okay, so the game that I've been playing, it's fairly old but still kind of new, and it's It's not a computer game. It's not a console game. It is a phone game. Let me tell you something. Phone games are the most addicting type of games you can play. Like, I recently got into, like, Subway Surfers, and I am so addicted to that game that I wake up in the morning, I finish the daily challenge, and then during my classes, I'll play, and then when I get home, I'll play again for, like, another hour. Like, phone games, I can't express the level of addictiveness. Like, why are they so addictive? They're just so stupid and repetitive.
I think it's because they are so simple that you just have to you can just remove your brain and play it. You just like press button and they're fun because whatever you do, you will succeed. And that's actually like quite a challenge to them as well.
I mean, like,
they're easy, but they're challenging.
Yeah, like, for phone games, like, it does follow that line where it is repetitive. It is like very like silly or simple, but like, you know, it is simple because you can, like, you know, understand it very easily. And considering that, like, when you play, it's all very appealing. It's very fun. Like, you know, I want to do this more, and then like you slowly begin to lose yourself when you're playing it. Because like I know one phone game that I used to play a lot a couple years ago. It was judge me if you will, but I loved Scramble with Friends.
Oh my god, yes!
What with friends?
That was so much fun.
Wait,
That was pretty fun though.
yeah, I loved it so much, but like the moment where I got a new smartphone and it told me like this phone does not have the specs to download this game, I cried that night.
Oh, don't worry.
It was so sad. And like, can I play this on the PC? Like, no, it's only for phone. Okay, see you guys.
Much sadness.
Well, only a mobile game I've played recently is like the new rhythm games, because those are the type of games I can actually handle to play. Other games I get bored of easily, while rhythm games I never get bored of it because it's the whole theme is the music. Because music sounds so great on it. Like, for example, I play a mobile game called Citus. You should all buy it. It's so good. Citus is basically just pressing circles in line. That objective is so simple to understand, and it's so easy to play as well. And it's so addictive as well. Like, it's like other games like Angry Birds, Cut the Rope, Tiny Wings, like all those type of games, but like it's just different genre of games that mobile games are now like improving to it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like I'll look into it. It seems very interesting considering how much fun you have with it.
Oh my god, false advertising. No. Pretty much. It's like,
Let's see. Let's see, what else? What else do we have here?
Steam machines and Steam OS.
Oh, what about them?
It's the pinnacle of gaming, the bridge from console to PC. It's amazing. Valve created their own new operating system and console.
Yeah.
The SteamOS is a Linux-based operating system that's like really small in size and is like engineered greatly for gaming to give it like better performance compared to Windows, which is, you know, more resource abusive, and Mac, which is like incompatible with a lot of stuff.
What exactly does it do though? Like, I hear about it, but I don't exactly know what it is. Like,
Care to explain?
Honestly, I can't tell you that much about it myself because I haven't, as much as I researched it, I didn't learn it. They just released it, but you know, Valve being Valve, their servers are terrible right now because everyone's like, oh my god, I want this. So there's a lot of people trying to get the OS. I'll probably download it later tonight and then put it on my computer, my laptop, and run it and see how that works, and then I'll get back to you on that.
I mean,
but,
like, from what knowledge that I know about it, that it is a computer mainly used for Steam. Like,
Oh, it's great.
that like it completely revolves around that. And it is also, is it also a normal computer for like, you can just for everyday use, or?
Oh, basically, it's a console more or less. It's a PC console is what I would describe it as, because it's made for living room use, as it brings people to the living room kind of situation. But it's customizable in the way a PC is, where you can replace the graphics card, you can replace the processor, you can replace a lot of things in this thing. You can modify it any way you want. That's their statement they came out with, as well as the SteamOS. That SteamOS is open source. You can modify the code in any way you want.
So combination of Linux and typical consoles together to make up a new box.
Yeah, it's they, in my eyes, like I said earlier, they've bridged PC and console gaming, because a very largely spoken thing between console players is the reason why they don't go to PC gaming is because it's so expensive. I mean, because like an AMD build costs roughly, for today's standards, if you want to play Battlefield at 60 frames, it's about 1,300, I would say, to build a good rig.
Oh, shit.
That's the AMD parts. With Steambox, you're going to be paying a fraction of that price that will be able to play that stuff, but it's console with like a controller and everything. I think they said that you can go mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but you can still go mouse and keyboard. They did tease about, or like just give info about their own controller about it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I love it. Oh, and all of you that have signed up for the beta testing for the 300 Steam boxes that have, or Steam machines, whatever they're calling it now, that they have announced just about 30 minutes ago during this recording that they have shipped all 300 of those boxes right now, today. So if you're one of the lucky people that gets one of the Steam machines, I better see a freaking unboxing video, or I am convincing everyone to shun you for the rest of your SF career.
Oh, much fun.
Alright. Well, I guess this pretty much concludes this week's podcast. Remember to attend, to like, just ask anyone to attend for the Still Frame Charity Livestream. Jeremy and I will be there for the entire 6 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, thank you for listening. We'll be sure to come out with another podcast for next week, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.